Hey guys, Tough Thumbs here. So I'll make a quick video. This is about the timascus tanic that I showed on Instagram yesterday. And there's a story behind it. I don't want anybody to get confused about why it's not going to be the auction knife for USN. I thought it was, but it's not. I always knew that maybe it wouldn't. So let me just give you this story here. Let me change the background up here. The white makes it look all faded out. Hold on a second. So now, you guys saw the original timascus tanic a while back. That was made for a friend. He paid for the timascus. I didn't charge him too much. You know, he wanted something crazy. He's a good friend of mine. And I had no problem doing it because I was excited. So it had to be machined separately. The timascus was made specifically for the project from Alpha Knife Supply because they're awesome. And so yeah, basically we did that up. It was a pain in the ass. It fought me every step of the way pretty much, but it turned out awesome. Sent it to him, he was happy. Some things happened and he fell in some hard times and had to sell it. So I'm totally cool with that. Things happen, they're more important than knives, you know, and like he knew he could get some money for it, and he asked me if it was okay, and I said yeah, sure. And I was like, but don't, you know, you don't sell it, let me sell it for you. I know some guys that want to pay top dollar for it, and they'll be cool with paying top dollar because it's for a good cause. So then he sent it to me, and along the way it was stolen by a employee of USPS. Assholes. So he was pretty upset. I mean, I was pretty upset because some thief asshole out there was playing with my knife and doesn't know what it is and doesn't know how much work went into it and all that stuff. So basically I had talked to this guy, really good guy from USN. He was really interested in this, and I told him, you know, he wanted to buy it. Oh, actually, he actually wanted to buy it when it was on its way to my house. So I told him what happened, and, you know, instead of being like a jerk about it, he was really cool about it. And he's like, well, can I, you know, if you don't mind, can you make me another one? I was like, sure, let me talk to my buddy. So some of the money that would have been gotten from this, or was going to get gotten from this, from the payment from this new guy, will go towards getting a piece of timascus. And it was going to be machined for free because the last one was stolen and my machine guy was cool about it. So we got the timascus. So we agreed on a price and everything was cool. We paid some up front to my buddy, and I got started. You know, he paid for everything that needed to be paid for. So yeah, I started on it. It was a pain in the ass because this thing fought me every step of the way. I've gone through, let me see here, 4 blades trying to do this one. The machining was done a little bit off on the detent. I usually do some of the detents by myself, but this one was done for me, and the detent hole was in a bad place, so it caused, basically caused problems and basically didn't work. So I sent the lock side out to Elliot at Ferrum Forge, really good friend of mine, because he does great lock bar inserts. So he chopped it off at the top there because there was no way to fix that because there was 2 holes and then, you know, a piece of carbide broken off inside of it, of course. And you know, he sent it back like very quickly with a nice lock bar insert on it made out of Elmax. I didn't know it was Elmax, so I went to basically, you know, do like some minor heat treating with the torch, and yeah, I know how to do it, but I didn't know it was Elmax. So when I went to do it, the detent ball cracked and broke through the insert. So I was like, shit, what do I do? And I was like, I'll make a new one. So along the way, the guy who now owned this one, the new one, that paid for it, was very patient. He, you know, I sent him a picture saying we're back in business with a picture of the lock bar insert raw, and he was like, oh, you know, this is just typical, like, you know, he's not a knife maker. So when he saw the raw picture, it looked like shit. I mean, of course, to me it looks like some really cool machining by Elliot, but it was just raw steel, and before I contoured it and made it look nice and everything. So he was like, well, I don't really want it like that, you know, I paid for this, and that's totally understandable. That he paid a lot, so I was definitely all about doing what he wanted me to do. So in the meantime, I was like putting this up with the show side for the auction, because I was working on a second one because I have 2 other scales. And I'm like, okay, well, I can do, I can take one of the show scales that I have out of the 2 and machine a lock bar and basically make it into, you know, a full timascus again. So this one I'll auction on USN. So I told him, but also make sure you keep in mind that like when this is finished, I'm going to show you a picture of it. You're going to like it. I hope this makes sense. So I put pictures up last night, and lo and behold, of course, and this is I'm not talking trash on the guy who owns this at all. I just knew it. He's a funny guy. He's a really good dude. I just knew he'd like this, so I put it up for the auction thing, and you know I talked to my machinist about basically machining out the scales to make them one side a lock bar to make a full timascus one. And you know, he calls me this morning, sees the picture, and he's like, I get it, I like it. So now this one is going to go to him because it rightfully is his. And I will be doing another one, like the original pictures I posted like a week ago, of one side timascus, and the other side just regular titanium. So with a timascus pot clip and backspacer and a nice blade. So this one is no longer going to be the USN auction knife. The USN auction knife will look like this, but with a regular lock side with all sorts of cool like timascus stuff on it. So that's the deal with the timascus tanic. I'm sorry anybody was super excited. I mean, I may still do a full timascus one. I am going to my buddy's house, and he did buy the stuff for it, and it will generate more money, and that is why I'm doing this. I basically going to use this auction to fund making 20 of these, just getting the scales cut out and the blades cut out for me, so I can do them quickly. This is my new slimmer model. It's not like a tanic at all. It has the same style, but it's definitely not a tanic. I made this one completely by hand, except for the lock bar cutout. I did the relief cut by hand. Everything is done completely by me, in-house. This piece right here was just a scrap piece of titanium with a lock cut in it. Just the cutout, that's it, nothing else. So I took that and I was like, well, that would save me a lot of issues if I just do that. You know, I just use that piece and just make a lock out of it. So I wanted to do something slimmer, more traditional looking, kind of like more simple. So that was what I came up with, and it's a good EDC knife. So for those people that don't like the tanic, this is kind of for them. And I understand that, like sometimes the tanic, you know, maybe it's just not your thing, because it does have a style to it, and not every style is everybody's cup of tea. So I wanted to do something more simple. So these will be drop points and the tontos and maybe some sheep's foot blades, but they should be pretty sweet. And I might be doing about 20 of them. So, and I'm not gonna have pre-orders or anything like that. There's a couple people that already have spots taken. They're just friends of mine. God damn it, Jim Skeleton. But anyway, so yeah, that's what this is gonna fund, paying for this, because I'm low on cash after Christmas. It happens to everybody. So trying to, you know, figure out a way that I can get some cash, and I figure I'd put out a kick-ass USN one-off tanic. So that is the deal with that, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the confusion, and yep, stay tuned. It'll probably take me like a week or two to do this one. Maybe not. I have a lot of stuff I'm working on right now, so you know, I got a few tanics here, and a couple, one for Anil in Canada, dude. Not forgetting about you, don't worry. So yeah, guys, that is the timascus tanic story, the cursed timascus tanic. It's perfect right now. It's just absolutely perfect, so I'm very happy with it. And I'm going to basically do a pocket clip and hopefully not have any trouble with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace.